The HPT is back in black at the Golden Gates Casino and Poker Parlor right here in Black Hawk, Colorado. This $1,100 buy-in brought 521 entrants and a prize pool of over $500,000. Local grinder Nils Bardsley finished 6th here in 2014 and was hoping to top that today. Unfortunately for him, it wasn't meant to be as he went out in 9th place for just over $10,000. Shortly after that, martial arts school owner James Lee hit the rail in 8th place. Lee collected $12,634. We've got 7 players left and a whole lot of cash to award, so stick around. The HPT's coming up next. How you doing, folks? James Larson alongside poker professional and poker coach Kenneth James. Kenneth, we started with over 500 entries, and now we are down to our final 7.
Playing for a lot of cash out there tonight. A lot of color on the table. The chips, you know, sometimes we only get 2 colors. Today we got 3. We got white, 100,000 apiece. Green, 25,000. Red, 5,000. These players, time to color up. Doesn't matter what the colors are. What matters is you end up with each and every one of them.
What is it about the state of Colorado? Every time we come out here, we're playing for a lot of cash.
Absolutely. There's a lot on the line. I'm excited to see how this plays out.
Speaking of the cash, let's go ahead and take a look at the prize pool. Up top, $116,242. Every player guaranteed 7th place money, just over $15K.
Nice, not too shabby as we look at the chip counts. Adam Thought up top with over 32 big blinds, almost $3.9 million on down to Richard Klein, $1.1 million on the short stack with 9 big blinds.
9 BBs for Richard. He's got to get something going here. Golden Gates Casino and Poker Parlor. It's kind of like my second home. I've been out here a lot, and it's great to be back.
Absolutely.
Action over to Adam. He looks down at 4 deuce of hearts. He's going to fold. Now over to Matt. I like the glasses. I like the look. 8-5 for him. He gets out of the way.
521 players started this field, James.
First time we've done an $1,100 event here. It's worked out real well. Thomas is going to raise all in with his king-queen.
We're down to the final 7.
Fold it over to Richard. Uh-oh. Pocket queens. This should be an easy call. Richard going to make that call. Now over to the 9 seat we go.
I sense the little country twang in your voice
that's
there.
That's just where I grew up. Terry's going to fold his hand, so we'll flip over the cards. Thomas is going to see the bad news here. He's behind, but he does have a king in his hand.
Absolutely. Richard's got him dominated with the ladies.
I got about 1.1, so you got me covered.
Yeah, Thomas does have him covered. So let's go to the flop. Look at that. Ace, king, 9, couple of clubs. And just like that, Thomas outflops Richard.
And now, Richard not only covered in chips, but his hand is covered with the king.
Turn card is another ace, this time the ace of clubs. Neither player with a club in their hand, so Richard looking to catch one of the remaining queens, or he's going to be the first person eliminated at this final table.
To the river we go.
And that river card is the king of diamonds, so that is going to do it for Richard. He's going out in 7th place, $15,414. And Thomas Fuller is going to win the first hand of the night. He's 33 years old. He's got $1 million in live tournament cashes. He's from Louisville, and he's here at this HPT final table.
It's nice to crack that $1 million mark, you know, in earnings.
All right, this isn't a replay. Now
No.
Matt's got pocket queens.
Wow, you know, he just saw the queens lose.
If we keep up this momentum at the final table, we're going to be done in 15 minutes, Kenna. The raise was to $300,000. And now ace, queen for the 7th seat of JR.
Both with premium hands. I like, you know, the big pairs, queens, kings, aces, and even ace-king. I like to call those the top premium. Ace-queen, 9s, 10s, and jacks, the sub-premium.
JR is just 34 years old. He's a amateur player. He's got 0 total career winnings, it says on his bio sheet. He's going to change that this week here on the HPT. Dave in the 1 seat's got kind of a junky 8-6 hand here in the small. And he's going to fold. And now over to the big blind.
Looks like all of these players looking for a reason to get involved, but it's going to come down to the queens versus ace-queen suited.
And we go to the flop, a pot of 870,000 chips. And the flop is jack, 5 deuce. It's a rainbow. We start with Matt. He's got the best of it with his queens, and he's reaching for chips.
He's going to C-bet, as we call it, continuation bet. The pre-flop raiser continuing to lead on the flop with a bet.
And he's got the best hand. He's going to bet 400,000, and JR, I think, is going to get out of the way, and he's going to do just that. Matt's going to win the hand.
I like JR. You know, his strategy here, just play defensively, just flatted pre-flop, didn't re-raise, and didn't flop anything, and got out of the way.
Matt Moore's just 22 years old from Denver, Colorado. His plans for the cash? Well, he's going to go to college. It's a good call there.
Yeah.
Stay in school, kids. Remember that. Over to JR. Now looks down at King Trey. He's going to get out of the way.
Education is always a good thing.
Over to Terry Harper now in the 9th seat on the ace-jack. He's on the other side of the spectrum. He's 62 years old. He's a contractor. He's got $50,000 in career winnings.
Other side of the spectrum.
Now we go over to Dave. Looks down at ace-queen as Terry raised it up to $350,000 with his ace-jack. Again, talked about this a second ago. Cards are heating up early on here on the HPT.
Absolutely. Dave just calling now instead of 3-betting with his ace-queen. Well, usually when you have a late position raiser like that and you have a premium hand like ace-queen, I like to 3-bet, but he just flats, and now Adam in the small blind with ace-10 suited.
And he's going to fold.
A tight fold there. Little tentative and tight play here.
Now over to the 22-year-old. In most states, he's been legal to gamble only for 1 year now, so...
He doesn't look 22. He's sporting the new beard.
Right, and he's going to go ahead and fold, so we are heads up now to the flop. Dave and Terry, ace-queen against ace-jack. And the flop is king, 9-6, couple of clubs.
So Dave with the best hand and position, but Terry, will he take initiative? He doesn't. Now, I like leveraging my position here. When your opponent shows weakness, show a little strength, put a bet out there. But he doesn't. He checks.
Both players check. We go to the turn card now. The pot just shy of 1 million chips. 5 of clubs is the turn card.
Now here, Terry could wrestle this pot away with a bet.
And he's going to check.
Who's going to be willing to step
and now
out
an
and take
all-in
the lead? Wow,
bet. It's going to be
this.
Dave. That's who it's going to be.
Well, you know, he has the ace of clubs, so that gave him a lot of extra confidence with the semi-bluff there.
Time for us to step aside for a quick commercial break. But when we come back, more exciting action right here on the HPT. Welcome back to the HPT. This week we're at the Golden Gates Casino and Poker Parlor. James Larson alongside Ken and James. Blinds are 60,000, 120,000 with a 15K ante.
Excited to be here.
Dave's first act here in the 1 seat, a very reggy 7 tray, and now over to 1 Adam 12, 1 Adam 12. He's got pocket 10s.
Always nice to pick up a pair, especially a big pair. This is more like a medium pair for Adam.
And he's going to raise it up to 300,000. Now over to the youngster at the table. I'll stop picking on him. Matt, King Queen. You should be lucky you're only 22 years old. You got your whole life in front of you.
He looks so serious, well beyond his years.
Well, we're playing for a lot of money. You know, over 100,000 for first place. A re-raise here, a 3-bet with the King Queen. Do you like that with King Queen?
I do. You know, it takes a bigger hand to raise than it does to call. So the more marginal your hand is, like King Queen here, I like 3-betting. Looking for the lead in the hand and defining the strength of your hand of your opponent.
I'm all in.
Oh, and all in now by Adam.
Now, this will make it an easy fold.
Call.
And look at that.
What?
And
He
he's going to
called.
make the call. He's going to make, with King Queen off, he makes the call.
You know?
Wow.
With youth comes courage.
Now look at the two demeanors. He looks cool as a cucumber there. Matt does. And look at his opponent.
Yeah.
Adam just looks nervous. We go to the flop. And the flop is 2 aces and a 6. So far, so good for Adam. His 10s, aces and 10s still in the lead. Matt needs running cards for a straight or a king or a queen. And it's the jack of diamonds, so actually he doesn't want to make a Broadway straight because that would be a full house for Adam.
And, you know, you see Adam, he seems to be the one that's more nervous, even though he's in front. And that's an interesting phenomenon. The player in front has something to lose, but not this time with the river 9 of diamonds. His 10s hold up, and he doubles up.
Explain what Matt was thinking. Was it a slip up? Was it because of the bright lights and the cameras? Why did he make that call with King Queen offsuit?
I don't know. It's sometimes you put your opponent on a hand like a small pair, and you feel like you're getting the pot odds to call with your 2 overs.
Adam wins the hand. He's a structural steel estimator. Let me say that again. He's a structural steel estimator.
Wow, say that 10 times real quick.
Yeah, exactly. And now Matt is all in with his remaining chips with King 9 over to JR with his 8-6. I like his shirt. Look at that shirt. I wonder where we got that. It's nice. It's very
It's
poker
pokerish.
themed. Poker themed here on national television. I like it.
He's dressed up, ready to go.
And JR is going to make the call. It's just $185,000. Terry just seems like a lovable guy. Just seems like a fun guy to have at the table. He's going to fold.
Did JR just make this call with 8-6?
He sure did. Made the call of $185,000.
Well, see, there's a lot of extra dead money in there. I think that's why he wants to get in there and scoop it up.
They're ganging up on Matt. They're ganging up on the young guy.
And Dave's going to make the call as well.
And right now, Matt's got the best of it with his king high. He's not happy about the last hand. We go to the flop. And the flop, 2 jacks and a 9, 2 spades. So Matt pairs his 9s. He's got 2 pairs now. 2 pair. Jacks and 9s. We go to the turn card. The other 2 players check. And that is the 10 of clubs.
you gotta love Matt's position. Both his opponents down to only a 5% chance to win this pot. To the river we go.
Dave and JR both have straight draws, 4 of spades, so that doesn't hit anybody. And Matt's gonna triple up is what he's gonna do. And Matt's gonna say, hey, thanks. Not to just one of you guys, but both of you guys.
He needed some chips and
Thanks.
he found them.
Doesn't say a word, though. James Larson alongside Ken and James as we broadcast from Black Hawk, Colorado, Golden Gates Casino and Poker Parlor. You should join us here on the HPT. Check out the webpage at hptpoker.com, and who knows, maybe you'll be playing for the unreal cash. Folded around to the 1 seat. That's Dave on the button, looks down at ace-10. Should be a raisable hand for him.
Well, for anybody in this spot, really, on the button and folded to you with ace-10, I think is a standard raise here. Probably to 350,000 or so.
This is Dave's first HPT event. You know, we saw a lot of new players when we did this $1,100 buy-in versus the $1,650. It was great. A great field out here at the Golden Gates Casino and Poker Parlor.
Matt now looking
Looking
on
to
the
parlay.
short stack. Well, he's on the short stack. He's got an ace. He's thinking, is this good enough to go?
And he's all in. Action back to Dave, and he's going to ask how much more it is. I think it's just shy of $200,000 for him to make this call.
Yeah, this is an auto call, as we say it. He's going to like when he sees when Matt turns over his hand. He's going to be in a dominant position here, a 65% favorite, or 65% equity, rather, you know, versus 26%.
Ace tray going up against ace-10. We go to the flop. 2 5s and a 4, a couple of spades. So not so bad for Mattis. He can hit a 2 here to make the wheel.
A 4 splits the pot.
He's got options. Not going to smile, though. No smiling. Not happening. The queen of clubs now on the turn. Poker's such a serious game. These guys take it very seriously, as they should. Lots of money on the line here on the HPT. We go to the river card. Matt's tournament life is at risk, and that's not going to help him. The 9 of diamonds, he's going to be eliminated. Just under $19,000. And you know what? That money will go a long way towards his college education. Time for us to step aside, but when we come back, more exciting HPT action. Welcome back to beautiful Black Hawk, Colorado. It's the HPT on the road here at one of our favorite stops, the Golden Gates Casino and Poker Parlor. Ken and James Larson broadcasting this HPT final table to you. A special $1,100 buy-in. Blinds are $80,000, $160,000 with a $20K ante. Action over to Adam.
And looking at these chip stacks, the green are $25,000, the red $5,000 apiece. As it looks like Thomas is getting some chips out to make a raise on the button here.
On the button. Talk about that. Raising on the button with any 2 cards. Talk about that.
Hey, you know, 90% of the time on shorthanded play, when it's folded to you on the button, you want to put in a raise. There's too, you know, the stakes are too high. The blinds and the antes out there. And right here, he picks it up. Aggression is the name of the game. And you got to take what the game is giving you. When you raise and your opponents fold without playing back at you, you want to do it more and more.
Thomas Fuller, 33 years old. Pretty interesting story with him. Went from a professional poker player and switched careers, and now he's a teacher. He works at the Bixby School in Boulder. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, he should be teaching poker.
He should be teaching poker. Thomas now with pocket fours is going to raise it up to $325,000. Over to JR. He's got the 10-6. That gets into the muck. Terry's going to fold. Over to the 1 seat now. And Dave looks down at 1 ace. What's the second card going to be? Oh, it's just a 6. A lousy 6.
Though ace, you know, any ace shorthanded is tempting to play, but he finds the muck.
Action over to Adam now. Adam looks down at 10-9.
Now he's getting priced in the big blind, so very tempting to take a flop here. I think the standard would be to call with 10-9 here, but nope, he finds the muck.
Adam's
and
going
Thomas.
to fold, and the teacher putting on a clinic here. He's holding a class.
He's getting out the rulers.
He sure is.
He's slapping some hands.
He sure is.
That's what they did in my day, you know. When you stepped out of line, they slapped your hand with rulers.
Action continues. Blinds, like I said, 80,000, 160,000 with a 20K ante.
And you see there's a few white chips in play, too. Those are worth 100,000 each. So the green 25K, the red 5K, and those precious white ones, the high society, 100,000 each.
Now look at Thomas. You know, we've said this before. Aggression is the name of the game, and he's got it here, raising to 325,000 with his 9-6.
Yeah, I like it. You keep the pressure on.
JR here with ace-7.
What's he going to do? And the button.
He's going to fold his hand.
And you can see almost the resignation there. You see that? You don't want to show that at the table to your opponents.
So Terry looks down at ace-queen. Haven't seen him play a whole lot of hands yet, but this is definitely a playable hand for him.
Yes, he's looking to play here.
Great camera work by our HPT production crew. These guys are the best in the business.
I agree.
And the call is made by Terry.
Just calling. I like fighting for the lead, you know, so that you can have the lead in the hand, take initiative on the flop rather than calling. But let's see how it works out for Terry. He elects to just call. To the flop we go.
And that flop is king 9-5, couple of diamonds.
And this is the problem when you don't take the lead and you don't flop a pair, which, you know, 2 out of 3 times you're not going to. You have to check it over to your opponent.
Pot is 910,000. Another diamond comes off. This is the 8 of diamonds. So Terry's got that diamond draw with the queen of diamonds. And right now, Thomas with the best of it here with his 9s. Terry is all in. Wow.
Look at this.
Unbelievable. Speaking of aggression.
Well, this is a semi-bluff. He's got
sure
the queen
is.
of diamonds, so he has no pair, but he's putting all his chips out there on a semi-bluff, and it works.
Great play. Great play. And he's going to show one of his cards, I believe. Well, he didn't show the ace of clubs. He's going to show the queen of diamonds to keep the rest of the players just wondering what that other card was.
Did he really have the flush? Or was he bluffing? We know up here.
We got the whole card.
He was
It's kinda
bluffing.
nice.
Yeah,
It's
we're
kinda nice.
lucky.
All right, the HPT here in beautiful Black Hawk, Colorado. Action back over to Terry.
You can see the blinds are really high with this extended HPT structure. 80 and 160K with a 20K ante. So relative to the chip stacks, these players are going to have to step up their aggression level and really play.
Adam's going to fold now over to Thomas. Looks at king 4. See what he decides to do. 80,000 to make the call, and it looks like he's going to do just that.
Very close decision here, whether to raise in the small blind with king 4 suited or to just limp in. He elects to limp in. I think on a short-handed, I'd prefer raising.
And we go to the flop. It's 6-5 tray. Thomas will be first. He's got an open-ended straight. Both players check.
Both players playing very
And
cautiously.
bada bing, bada boom. There it is, the 7 of hearts. So Thomas makes his straight.
Slow playing for Thomas here as he makes a straight on the turn.
And the river card is the queen of hearts. So a pot of 420,000. And Thomas reaching for chips, trying to get some value. And he's going to make a bet. Looks like 225,000 over to JR. And JR is going to make the call with his 7s, and he's going to see that Thomas has the straight, and he's going to muck his hand. A few notes for you here. 505,000, just over that amount here in our main event prize pool. Like we said before, this is an $1,100 event, so a little different than what we normally do here on the HPT with our 1650s.
Wait a minute. Are you telling me I could play this tournament for $1,100
Yes.
and walk home with over $110,000?
Pretty nice ROI, if you ask me. That's what we do here on the HPT.
And you know what? We hold a lot of satellites to get into these. Some of these players get into this tournament for as little as $85.
Action over to Dave. He's going to go ahead and raise it up with his ace-king. By the way, a couple notables in the field. Danny Gonzalez got 22nd, and our buddy from Chicago, Dave Goodfriend, cashed 24th in the event.
Now Dave here with ace-king, raising to $420,000. I like his bet sizing. JR with king-jack and a headache.
He's got a headache. He needs some aspirin. He needs a glass of water.
He needs a little bit better cards to play, it looks like. He's going to find the muck. What?
He's not going to find the muck. He's got king-jack. He's fine with this. He's going to go all in.
Wow, going all in with the Kenna James, the king-jack.
Terry might fold his hand, and he's going to do just that. And now over to Dave, and that's an easy call for him. He's going to make that call. And maybe the headache was bothering him too much. Maybe he wants to get out of here, get to the cage, and move on.
It looks like it. He's already up out of his seat. Come on, you got a 27%. Fight for it, JR. To the flop we go.
To the flop we go. Ace, 4 deuce, couple of clubs. Bad news there for JR.
He needs running clubs or running cards for a straight. You see, he still has a 6% chance to the turn.
Turn card is the 6 of hearts, and that is going to do it. JR is eliminated here at this nationally televised final table, but he'll go home with $24,510. And I've always said, you know, when you get knocked out, it's no fun, but walking over to the cage and picking up some cash takes care of a lot of problems. Welcome back to the HPT. It's James Larson and Ken James broadcasting from the Golden Gates Casino and Poker Parlor here in Black Hawk, Colorado. By the way, the population of Black Hawk as of 2013 was just 121 people. And as a gambling destination, they get over 20,000 visitors a day. I love it here.
Yeah. Well, speaking of population, we're down to 4 here on the table.
Dave with the Ducks.
The population is dwindling. Who will be the sole survivor?
Dave is going to raise with those Duckies up to $350,000. Now over to Adam with Jack 4.
Should easily find the muck, and he does.
He's going to fold. Over to the teacher. Poker player turned teacher. It's just such a great story.
I like that story. From player to coach, coach to player.
No raise here. He's just going to make the call.
And, you know, these are the interesting decisions that I like to see. Because you can easily, in a four-handed game with ace-10,
Right.
3-bet here and re-raise, or just flat because you're out of position.
And the flop is ace, jack, 8, couple of clubs.
And I like that he stays consistent with his line. Now, he just called pre-flop, so the standard is to check to the razor and either elicit a bluff, which is the case here.
Dave's going to bet $300,000 with his pocket deuces, and Thomas makes the call.
Very standard, good, conservative, straight line here. Maximize value while minimizing loss.
Turn card is the queen of spades, and Thomas is going to check again. Opens up a Broadway draw as well now. Both players check. We go to the river card. It's the 8 of spades, and should Thomas bet for value here now?
Great question, James. You know, I like actually checking here and trying to get one more bluff out of my opponent, especially since there's not that many hands that he really beats that's going to call him. But either way, he's packing and stacking.
Packing and stacking right here at the Golden Gates Casino and Poker Parlor. Blinds are up 100,000, 200,000 with a 30K ante. Glad you're with us here tonight on the HPT. Adam now with pocket sixes. We'll see what he decides to do with these.
So those white chips, 100,000 a piece. It looks like he's peeling off 4 of them.
And I'm glad you give out the denom. So many people come up to me and they email me, James, we don't know. We see green chips, we see orange chips, we see purple chips. What are they?
And those green are 25, so a stack of those worth about $500,000 each.
Terry's going to make the call with his king-queen, a very popular hand here on the HPT. We've been seeing players playing it for years, raising, betting, folding with the king-queen. It's the HPT special.
Well, it's a very vulnerable type of hand. Let's see how it plays out here as he flops top pair.
Yeah, it's fun to play against pocket sixes. It's not fun to play against ace-jack or ace-king, but against sixes, you know, you got the 2 overs, and Terry likes it enough to go all in. Now, basically,
Adam, is he awake? He looks like he's falling asleep here. He's got a big decision.
He's going to make the call. He doesn't believe that his opponent has a queen. And he's wrong. No. Not happy. Not happy.
Almost resigned, as if, you know what I mean?
Turn card now is the 10 of diamonds. Adam looking to catch one of the remaining sixes, or he's going to lose this pot of almost 3.7 million chips.
And double Terry up, he does.
9 of hearts on the river, and Terry doubles up. A little smile from Terry there. He's going to be hanging around a little longer.
He's got a couple of fans in the audience.
What do you call it? Stacking and...
Packing and stacking, man.
I like that.
Well, I'm telling you, there's a lot of money on the line. I think the player that really steps up to the plate, fires up here, and really wants it, the determination, the willpower means so much.
Adam's going to raise to $425,000. Thomas gets out of the way. Now over to Terry. Looks down at ace-queen. This could be a 3-bet opportunity here.
Absolutely. And looks, is he going to? Nope. He just calls.
Terry Harper, 62 years old, lives in Denver, wants to say hello to his wife, Joan, cheering him on here in the studio audience. The flop is Queen 5 Trey. Good flop there for Terry.
Yeah, well, both players flopping a pair here, but Terry is boss. He's got the best hand and position. Looks like he's going to extract some value here.
And the bet is $250,000. Now a raise all in by Terry. And
my.
Adam doesn't like
My.
this at all. Bottom pair with an ace.
You know, I think maybe Terry's overplayed his hand just a little bit here. Maybe doesn't get all the value he needs, but you know what? Any pot at these stakes is important, and he drags home another one.
Terry Harper, 62 years old, career winnings just over $50,000, and he looks like he's really having a good time here at this TV final table, and they should be. They're playing on national TV for all kinds of, huge cash payouts. I mean, life is good. Speaking of life being good, Dave with the pocket jacks.
The fish hooks.
How do you play these? How do you play this? What would you tell your students here? I know we've joked about jacks and everything, but...
Well, four-handed, though.
Yeah.
Four-handed. This is a totally different situation than when you're on a full table. This is super premium in this spot.
And would you recommend doing about what he did there, just shy of $500,000 as the raise?
Yeah, it's a little bit more than 2x the big blind. He makes it 400 and change.
475,000.
Yeah. So I like it. And now Adam with an ace.
Wow, he's going to go all in, a 3-bet shove. The teacher gets out of the way.
Adam just putting himself in too many spots. As you can see, he
Dave's
senses
got to
it
make
himself.
the call here.
Where he's too big of an underdog in these spots consistently. Here he's only at 29% to win this hand as we go to the flop, James.
Ace 4 pocket jacks. Here we go. And the flop is 9-7-4, all spades, and Adam doesn't hold a spade, so he's now just 13% to win this hand.
Also has the flush draw with his jack of spades.
And it looks to me like Dave has got him covered as well.
The turn card is the deuce of clubs, so
It looks like Adam is going to need a 4 or an ace that's not a spade to stay in this tournament. To the river we go.
Let's see the river card.
And the river card is the queen of diamonds, and that is going to do it for Adam. He's going to go out in 4th place, $32,748. And then there were 3. When we come back, we'll have more action from the Golden Gates Casino and Poker Parlor. Welcome back to the HPT. 3 players remain. Dave's up top.
And Terry pulling up the rear on fumes with only 5 big blinds, but you can see the chip stacks. 18 big blinds, 17 big blinds. The blind's extremely high as we get down to the final 3 here.
He's Kenneth James. I'm James Larson. This is exclusive final table coverage of the HPT here in Black Hawk, Colorado. Dave with pocket 9s, 2 black 9s to be exact. See what he decides to raise it to here with his pocket pair. And it looks like he's going to raise the $900,000 over to the teacher. Teacher looks down at ace 5. Remember, we're short-handed.
Well, he's teaching me a lot. I'm learning a lot here.
He's playing good poker is what he's
He
doing.
really is. He really is. But, the challenge for him is when the blinds get this high, a lot of luck comes into play here. So even the stack with 5 big blinds has got a chance.
Well, he got lucky with that flop. Ace, queen, 10, couple of hearts, out flops Dave. Both players checking. We go to the turn card now, and the turn card is another queen, the queen of spades. So 2 pair for both players.
See, and it's not just getting lucky in the cards you're dealt, but it's how you play them. And that's what I like about Thomas. He's given every chance for his opponent to bluff at this pot. He hasn't. So now he's going to try and get some value for his hand, but I don't suspect that 9s will call here. But
No,
still, a well-played hand by
Insta
Thomas.
fold there. I know what Dave and Thomas are thinking. Let's get Terry into a hand and let's get him out of here. We want to play heads up.
Actually, I thought Dave and Thomas were thinking hamburgers.
Hey, there you go.
I started out, and this is a little-known fact, I started out as a Wendy's manager.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
30, 40 years ago.
If you keep up the jokes, you could always go back. Over to Dave in the 1 seat with his king 4. And now we go to the teacher, Thomas, with 6 tray.
For our young folks out there, they probably don't know that. Dave Thomas was the creator of Wendy's restaurant.
And Thomas is going to make the call with his 6 tray. And will this be the hand? No, he's going to check the option. It still may be the hand where he gets it all in, but he's going to check his option there with ace tray. I'm a little surprised at that.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I would have looked to have gotten it all in here.
Flop is queen, deuce, 5. So now a gutter ball straight draw for Thomas, as well as Terry.
That's right, but Terry's already got the best hand. And well, just calling again. All right.
400,000 and a call. Maybe he knows something we don't know.
I don't know.
Turn card is the jack of spades.
Now, this is going to be interesting. Will Thomas keep up the aggression, keep up the attack? Yes. That looks like a stack of green. That's a $500,000. That's not enough. About 750,000.
750 it looks like.
Yep. Wow. I love it. Boy, Thomas just continuing with the initiative and the aggression. And with nothing, by the way. Running without the ball here, as we say.
Well, Terry's got to look him up. He's got the gutter ball straight draw and the nut flush draw.
And the best hand with ace high.
Yeah,
little
right.
does he know.
Exactly. And the river card is the 6 of diamonds.
Look
at this. Check, check. And he got rivered.
Yep.
Terry got rivered. Thomas is going to win the hand.
But this comes down to play of the hand. Had Terry shown aggression, he could have won this hand.
This is the HPT. Blinds 250, 500, 60,000 ante. And look at this. Thomas is all in with his king tray. Terry gets out of the way.
Well, here now he's using the muscle of his chip stack to push the players around, knowing the difference in the pay jump between third and second. So that's what he's doing here. He's aware and conscious of the pay jump. Nearly $25,000 difference between third and second. So I expect him to pretty much move in every hand until we lose another player.
Over to Terry here. He's looking at his stack. Yeah, Terry, it's short. It's very short, but we don't have to get it in yet. 1 ace for Dave and an 8. The dead man's hand. And he's all in. Let's see if the teacher can pick up a couple cards. 9-7 of clubs.
You know, and this is a scary position to be in, believe me. Dave, you know, remember now, this difference of $25,000, if you go broke, if your opponent wakes up with a big hand, even though you have ace-8 and it's the right thing to do, it's the tough thing to do because you want the other guy to go broke before you actually play a hand.
What would you rather have, 47,000 and change or 71,000
Well,
change?
I'd rather have the 116,000.
One of these days. One of these days.
I'm dreaming.
Oh, look at this. Over to Dave. Pocket aces. How does he play this three-handed? Does he get them all in here?
No, I think he should just flat here,
Hopefully.
trying to get the other player out and actually look weak. And he does. Great play.
And Thomas is going to come along. Well, maybe he's not.
No,
I got him in the pot.
I expect him. Well, he did the double fake on you.
Yeah. And look at this.
Yes.
Thomas raised all in. Terry makes the call. Wow.
And now Dave moves all in. So this was a very well-designed play by Dave. He limps in, and then he gets Thomas to call, knowing that Terry's going to move all in, and then he can move in again all over the top of him. If you can work all that out, you're ready to be on this final table.
Unbelievable. All right, we go to the flop. It's queen, 8-4, 2 diamonds, but Terry flops a set.
Oh, my.
But 2 diamonds out there.
Oh, my.
It's not
Something
over
for
yet.
everybody. A set, a flush draw, and an overpair.
6 of spades would be fun.
Let's see the turn card.
Unbelievable. We go to the turn card now. It's a diamond.
Look, this brings the aces into play.
Absolutely, because Dave's got the nut diamond. Thomas makes his flush on the turn. Terry can still make a full house.
Everybody in jeopardy.
This is great TV. We go to the river card. Dave could be eliminated holding pocket aces, and that's what's going to happen. The Jack of Hearts hits the river, a full house for Terry. He wins the main, Thomas wins the side, and Dave's going out in third place holding pocket aces.
Yeah, you pick up those aces, you feel invincible, but it doesn't always work out for you.
At least I made it exciting for everyone, didn't I? That's a good TV. How'd you like that one?
Welcome back to the HPT here in Black Hawk, Colorado. We're playing heads-up poker for the HPT title. Now, looking at the blinds, kind of a little out of control. It's 250-500 right now.
Yeah, that's a lot of pressure with these stack sizes, but you know, it's a factor of a very large field and a lot of passive play. They're gonna have to turn it around now and really step it up.
As the poker coach, what advice do you give to these guys?
Don't succumb to the pressure, you know, maintain emotional control, find a good hand, and then go for it.
Let's get back to the action. The room is still buzzing from that last hand before the commercial break. Wow, that's what I love about poker. The HPT back here at the Golden Gates Casino and Poker Parlor. And now we are down to our final two. It's heads-up poker.
With the cash and the bracelet on the table.
Now, even though Terry won that last hand before the commercial break, Thomas is your chip leader as we start heads-up play.
But Terry's got momentum.
He's going to raise to 1.25. He's all smiles. He's having a good time. Thomas now with King Queen. A great hand heads up. He'll probably re-raise here.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he's going to take the conservative
Just
line.
going to make the call.
Yep, just makes the call. And, you know, I think Thomas, the much better player here, but with the stakes and the blinds being this high, anything can happen.
All right, let's go to the flop. Ace 10-7, couple of spades. So Terry outflopping Thomas. Thomas is going to check over to Terry.
Look at this, wasting no time.
$2 million, just like that. And a quick fold by Thomas.
And it's a nice bet size. Doesn't give Thomas a chance to draw it as straight there.
Terry Harper trying to be our next HPT champion, but he's got to get through Thomas Fuller. Terry's 62 years old from the Denver area, 50,000 in total career winnings. So he's going to go home with at least 71,000 tonight. So he's got to be feeling pretty good about that.
He's going to double up his career result here.
Thomas reaching for some chips. He's going to raise up to $1 million with his 4 deuce of diamonds.
Yeah, and that's what you got to do when you're heads up.
Terry now with pocket fives.
Terry, now his inexperience showing here a little bit, just calling here instead of re-raising with a pair. It's 16-1 to be dealt a pair, the odds. So when you get a pair heads up, you want to re-raise and try and take the lead most of the time, especially when you're on the short stack.
Flop is king, jack, Trey, and the problem here now with Terry checks as he did. Thomas can continuation bet, but he's not going to. He's just going to check. Would have liked to have seen a bet there by Thomas.
Absolutely, could have taken it right there.
Turn card, the 7 of clubs, and now Terry's got the advantage. And unless Thomas comes back here and raises,
it's going to put him in a tough spot.
And he's going to fold.
Wow, look at this. Now Terry wrestles this pot away from Thomas, where a continuation bet really by Thomas there probably would have won the pot for him.
Again, much easier for us as we have the whole cards. He's Kenneth James. I'm James Larson, broadcasting here from one of our favorite stops on the tour, the Golden Gates Casino and Poker Parlor, Black Hawk, Colorado. We had a main event prize pool of just over $505,000.
Look at this now. Blinds 300 and 600,000.
You don't see that
70,000 ante. You know, that goes to a testament to our structure once again.
Indeed.
How long these players get to play and battle. It's been a hell of a journey to get to this point, and we're down to 2.
It's fun to watch. Heads up poker here on the HPT. We go to the flop. It's 9-8-5. The action will be starting with Terry.
Thomas flopping bottom pair, or actually middle pair, and an open-ended straight here.
Terry flopping nothing but a gutter ball straight draw. He needs the 7 to complete his straight. He's going to bet 600,000.
Well, Terry here.
Terry's impressing me with his play.
Yeah.
He really is.
I mean, you know, he's taking initiative here.
And the turn card now is the 9 of spades. So we'll see what Terry decides to do here. And he's going to check now. He's going to back off.
He's got a lot of tells on him here. You see how Thomas much more controlled over his body. Terry, his expressions on his face and in his body language, that shows a little bit of a lack of experience. You want to control it. More view like this. Now Thomas looking for value here.
Yeah, Terry just waving the white flag. He's going to check. Thomas is going to bet $1 million, and I expect these cards to get in the middle unless he tries to get cute, and he's not going to. He's going to fold his hand.
Yep. Now, I'm not sure that Thomas really could have gotten a lot of value there. Since he checked the turn, I would have preferred he just check down the river and go to showdown. Maybe he was trying to get a call from a 5, a pair of 5s.
Mentioned this earlier about Thomas Fuller. He is a poker professional turned teacher. He now works at the Bixby School in Boulder. He's also a tutor. You're kind of a tutor too, but you're a poker tutor.
Well, he's doing great work, man.
It is.
That's awesome. I really respect teachers a lot, and helping people and educate them is a wonderful career and profession.
All right, Queen Trey going up against 10-7. We go to the flop, and look at this, 7-6 Trey. So a little something for everybody. Terry pairs his 3, Thomas pairs his 7. Terry's going to bet $600,000. And now an all-in raise by Thomas.
Yeah, and Thomas really want to shut out any straight or flush draws. Terry doesn't really have one here. But, he wants to, make the draws pay maximum penalty if they want to draw to their hand.
Will it be Terry or will it be Thomas? We can only crown one champion. Stick around. We'll have more action right here on the HPT. Welcome back to the HPT. We broadcast from beautiful Black Hawk, Colorado, here at the Golden Gates Casino and Poker Parlor. 2 players remain. It's heads-up poker. And look at that. Thomas might be checking maybe his teaching schedule tomorrow, his curriculum.
Yeah, well, he's got the huge chip advantage here. The stakes are high here. Something's got to give.
All right, so Thomas is going to check his option. King 6, 10-8.
To the flop we go.
And that flop is Queen 6 Trey.
All right, now Thomas pairing his 6, but checking it over to Terry, who checks it back.
Now we go to the turn card, the 10 of clubs, so that's good for Terry. He pairs his 10. Thomas checks. Now Terry should bet here.
Yeah, I would think so.
He is reaching for chips.
There's no reason for him not to think he has the best hand after getting checked to twice.
Thomas might look him up here. He's going to do that. I think he's going to make this call. See one more street.
I'm not sure. I guess you're right, James. He does make the call. He needs a king or a 6 on the river.
And the river card it's close. It's a 7 of spades. Thomas is going to check over to Terry, and Terry's just going to check, and he's going to win that
take
pot.
home the pot.
Absolutely,
Yep.
just over $2.5 million. Gives him a little extra life, a few more chips to splash around with.
A slight misstep there, I think, on Thomas. I think a lead out on the flop there would have won that pot for him.
Whole lot of money on the line here. HPT at the Golden Gates Casino and Poker Parlor. I want to thank the entire staff for everything they've done for us this week. It's great to be back. All right, pocket 7s for Thomas. Could this be the hand? Will this be the hand?
No, the chip stacks have gotten so much closer.
Raises
now.
all in. This is a call.
Look at this.
Yeah, Terry's going to make the call. He's got Queen Jack. He's heads up. 2 overs to the 7s.
Wow, that quickly. Thomas moves in and is quickly called by Terry. Queen Jack, pocket 7s, 50-50 basically.
It could all be over right here after the flop, turn, and river. 10-5 Trey, 2 spades.
Who is going to win it? Terry needs a queen or a jack. Thomas needs to hold with his pocket 7s. To the turn we go.
And that turn card is the 5 of clubs, so far so good
man.
for Thomas. He's got 2 pair, 7s and 5s. If he can dodge a queen or a jack, he'll be our next HPT champion.
Wow. Here it is. All the money, the title on the line. To the river we go.
And it's the 6 of hearts, and that's going to do it. Your new HPT champion, Thomas Fuller, the professional poker player turned teacher, is going home with a very nice payday.
Look at that, and a little smooch from the wife. Well-deserved, well played.
Well, congratulations to Thomas, our new HPT champion, but we have to give credit where credit is due. Terry Harper, our second-place finisher, will go home with over $71,000.
Yeah, the key for Terry was winning that 3-way all-in pot, which propelled him up into second place.
Terry looked like he was having a lot of fun at tonight's final table. We caught up with him tableside.
I thought I played really good. I got down a little bit and was able to come back with some hands. I got a little bit low when we were down to 3-handed, so I knew I was going to have to make a play. And as soon as I got a pocket pair, I decided to go all in. And unfortunately, he had a way better pocket pair, and the other guy caught the strip. That was
wild.
Great to get to number 2. That was really exciting. Yeah, that was neat.
Thanks so much, Terry, and congratulations on your second-place finish. Well, Kenna, now we need to talk about our new HPT champion. His name is Thomas Fuller. He's going home with the bracelet and the cash. It's a great story. He's a former professional poker player. Now he's a teacher.
Yeah, he's changed professions, but you know what? He's taught some lessons out there tonight on probabilities and odds and outs. How about this out? first place. Congratulations.
He's going home with over $116,000, and he's tableside with our tournament director, Jeremy Smith.
Well, I got pretty lucky early on. I was card dead, didn't play many hands at the beginning, then shoved king queen, ran into queens, and hit a couple of kings. And then after that, I tried to play as small pot poker as I possibly could. I knew I had an advantage, and I knew I could steal a lot of small pots if I kept them small and didn't put my chips at risk. Got pretty lucky one time in that dramatic hand with the 9-7, making the flush against. They ended up being a boat and the aces, and then got pretty lucky on this last hand to win this coin flip.
What's your plans for the money?
Well, my wife and I, Melissa, what we really want to do down the line is start our own farm. We might have the opportunity to start our own organic farm, so somewhere down the line, that's our hope.
Thanks so much, Jeremy. And once again, congratulations to our newest HPT champion, Thomas Fuller. He played great, and he's going home with the title. Well, Kenna, once again, another great event here in Colorado. We had a lot of fun.
We certainly did, James. And right here on the HPT, where poker dreams come true, I hope a lot of the players out there come and join us.
And if you think you have what it takes, log on to the website at hptpoker.com. And who knows, maybe you'll be playing for the life-changing cash. For our tournament director, Jeremy Smith, he's Kenneth James, and I'm James Larson, and we'll see you next time right here on the HPT.